There we go. It takes me five goes to press the correct button to unmute myself. Hello, friends and bees and friends who also bees. Welcome to this week's Final Fantasy XIV stream. This week we are going to be finishing off the Eden raids. I'm also going to be doing Puppers Bunker. And possibly doing some of the Boja unlock stuff over on our shard. I don't know exactly how long the stream is going to go on for because I've got uni work to do, so my brain is sort of focused in that direction. But we shall see. It may be sort of a shorter stream than usual, so I can sort of have like a Boja unlock special where I just do that, depending on how long it takes me to grind from like 0 upwards, you know. So we'll see. I have a distinct feeling my game has just opened itself in windowed mode, which means it will be an absolute pain in the ass to get back to full screen. I love it when FF14 does this, you know? Makes me so happy. Can you tell that? Can you hear the sarcasm in my voice? I'm a bit... It's Tuesday, and as always on a Tuesday, I'm a bit frazzled. You know. For fuck's sake, right. I also really desperately hoped that I had fixed some of the issues I was having. And it appears that I haven't, which is annoying. Deliberately, like, do a bunch of stuff in order to make stream flow better, and then it bloody doesn't. Well, I'm wondering if it's a Twitch problem, because a lot of it looks fine for me, so. God only knows, to be honest. I love getting encoding overloaded when it's like literally not fucking doing anything. Like I cannot drop frames because there are no frames to drop. Good lord, right. Looking at the wrong character. I'm so happy that I moved our shard over to Faerie though. It's made life a lot easier having my two main ults in the same place. Now I shall struggle when I start playing on my third ult. She's over in Balmung, so at least she's on the right time zone. But it's going to be completely cut adrift as our shard was. Just like ends, I can unmute my audio, then I will be ready. Why is it taking so long to load in? I'm always astonished by people who can have like a timer on their starting soon screen, because there is no way in hell I would ever be like prepared enough to do that, to like know when I'm gonna be ready. I'm ready like when the spirit of the game takes me, you know? Hello? OBS? You want to actually, like, do the thing I told you to do? Okay, we'll do it manually then. Seeing as nothing's bloody working on this earth anymore. Okay, right. I seem to at least be somewhat alive, so there's a start. As you can tell, I logged out on Scholar in the desperate hope to try and get some, what's happening here? Right. Sorry, I'm like trying to close some stuff. In desperate hopes that will make things a little bit better. Maybe, maybe not. We're doing just great. I feel when you can't, like, oops. Maybe that will make life a little bit better, just putting a couple of those down. Anyway, as you can see, let me swap over to Dragoon. We have got 2 Bosher things, a Puppers bunker thing, and an Eden thing to do. So what I'm going to do is queue for Puppers bunker, and while we do that, we'll teleport over to Armorang, and we'll go start the Eden quest unlocks. Get out of that, like, surprise, positive, it's Golden Saucer music time. There we go. I've, can't remember the macro that I used to hide the other hotbars, but I have tidied up my hotbars a little bit to try and, you know, make things a little better. Right. Astonishingly, we just need DPS. This is very strange. So we have done so far of the raids, we've done 5 and 6. So Gaia and Rena are awake. We have dealt with lightning and fire and earth, and it's puppet time. Okay. We did join an in-progress one, which is worrisome. Okay, I'm gonna requeue after this. I think probably. Given that we turned a bunch of... It's been ages since I heard this music. So given that I've missed a bunch of the bosses, I may... re-queue just to like get the feeling of actually having done the fight, you know? As is always the case. It's time for me to collect loads of vol stacks and die. I have mixed feelings about queuing for... Maybe I'll queue for it again, but turn in progress off so I can actually like do the whole thing, including the starting cutscene. We can enjoy the peaceful music though. Unit 2B process. Termination confirmed. No, wait. I love this cutscene, I have to say. It's extremely good and also extremely gross. We are gross egg. Scour the earth. Doom egg time. At least I can still join in the fight, you know? Watch as I drop this in the stupidest place possible. Can enjoy the cool music though. Which is extremely good. I can smell garlic and it smells so good. Every time without fail. Someone around me cooks with garlic and like, Gib, garlic me up. What a good, spooky, horrifying boss, huh? This one's rear, then this one's side. Centrifugal slice. Makes me think of set O hazes to slice. Second wind, save me. Compound to be says, do not resist, break, grind, crush, annihilate. True north. That'll help resolve any directional problems. Why am I like this as a person? Someone who is bad at video games, as someone who's having clearly internet issues. I'm just following all the puggies at this point. Put in chat. TP says, coordinates established, concealment program active, initiating transfer. We will crush you again and again. We will grind you into dust. From one is born another. Oh no. God, run laser program. What I'm learning here is that I'm very bad at melee, and that I was right to decide not to main it on Knave. true north. Follow some puggies. And then still bloody get hit somehow. Maybe if I like do this from scratch. I'll be better. Well, there we go. Let's. I will re-queue to do the whole raid on this guy, but at least we can this way pretend like I contributed in the slightest. I have literally only ever done this on one class before, which is Summoner, and I still die at least once. Certainly in the last fight, so that's my justification to myself. Well. I said sorry for being dead weight, and someone goes, after this run you have no idea. Calm the healer who resed me several times over. Why does Discord insist on opening by itself? Anyway. I'm going to do a thing. I'm going to turn off party in progress, re-queue, so I can do the actual fight. And that will be that. 90 legs. 2P and 2P are identical. How did they come to be on different sides? All clear for now. I was wrong. So wrong. I made you go along with my decisions. I put everyone in danger. Can't Anarch. I'm the one who let the conflict spread this far. Blaming yourselves is unnecessary. Forgive me, but you seem so similar to TP, and we still don't really understand either of you. Are you truly our ally? I can't be certain. All I know is that I was damaged in the battle with the machine lifeforms, and then I was here. Your world is very different from where I was. I don't know my coordinates, and I can't contact command. I just followed the explosions. Let's approach this from a different angle then. What are the machine lifeforms, and why were you fighting them? Machine lifeforms are weapons created by aliens from beyond the stars. As part of Yoha, my mission is to reclaim the planet from these invaders. Alien invaders? Never mind. What about TP? As an android, does she not belong to this Yoha as well? No, she is a copy, built by the machine lifeforms, probably to fight Yoha specifically. We also retrieved another android, a boy. If he's still with you, I would like to see him. Very well, can't make things any worse. It's always funny to me imagine our shard having like an emotional reaction to anyone in that way. Right. Let us run through and grab the unit information. It looks like we're going to pop another dungeon in just a moment. If we can get another... we need a couple more healers, a couple more deepsies, 1 more deeps and 3 more healers, so... In that case, we'll pretend like we're approaching it from scratch. I have, I have the sense that I'm missing some in both dungeons, but I'll get that later. It hurts. As it so often does, huh? I'm really sorry if lots of frames are dropping. I wish that wasn't the case, but even though I did everything I thought I could, I have been plagued with the encoding overloaded. Let's do this. I'll collect the rest off camera probably. Or I may do it on camera, we'll see. Don't do that. Oh, Pugsworth. At least we get a like fun, peaceful look around the bunker while we wait for people, huh? Nothing here. Can I not get down? It's like not letting me go any further. I'm just like here, stuck. Unless I hit slash return, I suppose. Okay, right. Let's pretend like we're doing this dungeon from scratch, huh? Or this raid, rather. To the Puppets bunker, which I definitely didn't just complete. I want to fly a unit like this IRL. How cool would that be? We've got biggest snogs. Good puggy names already. Turn 4. TB says, "This is my fight. Don't follow me." And Anak says, "Wait, let us try a flying machine." Karnak, "We're following, obviously. More pods. My kingdom for a proper bridge." Oh, one of our... We've got Champion of Hyrule and Raid buff. Odds on not having to fight that giant thing? considering that's one of the androids that attacked us. Low. Hostile lifeforms confirmed. Activating the Aegis unit. You go no further. At least I don't have to worry about positionals. Engaging overhead drones, relevant combat protocol, anti-personnel lasers. Preparing to fire beam cannon, condensing energy. Pressing button. Pretend like I haven't absolutely royally fucked up my rotation value. Preparing to fire collider cannon, initializing centrifuge. Requesting air support, all nearby units target the intruders. Maneuvering wings for optimal refraction. I've changed the colours of all of my, things, and now I'm very confused all the time. Preparing to fire beam cannon, condensing energy. Requesting air support, fire missiles at will. There we go. Absolutely successfully pretended like I didn't get hit by that. Let's go. Initializing program, life slice on. Prepare to regret your choices. I already do. I'm playing melee in this raid. I already do regret my choices. Wow, that was rude. Preparing to fire beam cannon, condensing energy. In this fight, my plan is always just follow where the puppies go. That's how I play this fight, you know? Not being... I don't know what I was getting at there. I had a sentence, but then I lost it, you know? close, but we survived. Yeah, blood bath. Thing is, I feel bad that I'm not helping with the reses, but there is literally nothing I can do. Damage unit compromising FFCS, NFCS, and overall functionality. Messages to command. Destroy hostile life forms. Hurry! Pulverized. Now that's what we like to see. I'm just gonna let this one fall off. Look at them all. I bet if we took one, they wouldn't even miss it. Careful. My voices have gone backwards to what they were before. Champion of Hyrule has pulled. Valid. I hope they're doing well. Wrong button, next week, let's get it. Move out of these AoEs. Put a second wind on. Right, I'm just gonna focus on taking down this guy. There we go. Plop. Did you see, this is odd, the unusual. Did you see that blast radius? 3 androids this time, but still no 2p. Seem to always get Alliance C, by the by. I did this earlier on Maeve. Intruder's presence confirmed. Activate superior flight units and fire at will. When I did this earlier on Maeve, our tank went link dead for the entirety of this fight. It was very stressful. Target delineation completed. All units verify targets before engaging. This. Little I hit the wrong button. Target this way and pop a north. I'm going to need someone else to tell me where to go because I do not fucking know. Well, I'm following the puppies. If they lead me wrong, on my own head be it, huh? Phew. Attention 767V and 772V, please begin synchronous assault. Multiple hostiles remaining. Firepower increase recommended. How's my voice acting, guys? Oh jeez. Oh good lord. Oh piss. It's the crying hour. Well, astonishingly, I didn't die there, which is truly astonishing because usually I die there on move. So it definitely seems easier, like now that I'm like enemy units must be cut enemy. This side, then that side, then that side. Well, half of our puggies are dead, so that bodes well. I literally hate not being able to help with this. Watch as I hit the wrong bloody button again as well. Well, someone please help Rez. I mean, thanks for the res, but please, like, actually res the healers, you know? I think that would be infinitely more helpful. Healers is not accepting the res, which is great. Sitting here like there is literally nothing I can do to help here. Alliance B is also dead as a doorknob, which is not ideal. Well, at least they're both alive now. Other healer is instantly dead. Alliance B's tank is dead. A seems to be the only alliance that can keep their shit together, you know? And I say that with love as a permanent member of the often dying Alliance C. This time we don't even have the excuse of having a stay on this side. Just stay over here. Don't even have the excuse of having a link dead tank. We're just like this. Just so much might. Speaking of tanks, that tank he managed to stay alive through the entire thing. Just like once again, we do be suffering. Pardon me. Oh, hiccup time. I love doing that. I love yeeting backwards, dropping an AoE, and then yeeting backwards. It's always so satisfying when it actually works. Funny if that's the way of the world. Pass on everything, even though a whole bunch of the green stuff is dropping. I enjoy explosions less when they're directed at us. Excellent work on not dying. This must be the way. More falling? Whee! Ugh. I'm having interpersonal problems in a party. Look at all this technology. What is this place? Intrigue upon intrigue. Now this definitely seems like a trap. Sure does. Interpartisanal problems. There we go. So the advanced units are dead. We will not tolerate this interference. Installing Operator 210 self-consciousness data and overriding core systems. Taking cool screenshots. Not really bad for this Roxy, who has just popped their neutral sect and wasted it. Do you remember this place? I'm going to stay out of this inter-party bitching because I don't want to. Data security systems online. Calling hostile life forms with laser turret. Good shit this music is. A whole bunch of our healers just seem to be dying at random. Okay, should I hit the wrong buttons once more? Load in, instantly apologise. Oh, I'm not very good at this, and then it's like, target acquired. You won't escape. Can enjoy the funky music while I lay here dead. Okay. Unusually high threat level confirmed. Converting to security protocols. Scholar is having problems. Artillery systems activated. Calling hostile life forms. Activating suppressive units. Avoiding. Thank you, Raid Buff, for taking that ball for me. I have absolutely fucked up my positionals, but it doesn't matter. They said with joy. Please eliminate the remaining hostiles. Requesting pod support. Initializing pod program. Oh my god, I'm so... Ugh. It's fine. I almost absolutely fucked that up, but I didn't, and that's what matters. Reinitializing pod program. I'm totally silent, but it's genuinely just because I'm really enjoying the music. Synthesizing explosive compound. Fine, I will give up my uptime for you. I have a terrible fact to admit, speaking of positionals, which is that I think it was literally this year that I learned how to tell positionals. Sorry that you guys just got the, you getting atted in something. It's time to hit true north and avoid balls. Absolutely sniped. Fine. If you insist. Reinitializing pod program. Fuck off. Does the scholar not have switchcast? We've got even stuff. Because they're not in this in recruit company, but I suppose that's not much of anything. Culling hostile life forms with laser turret. This is how I dance. Just like normally. Why did I elusive there? It's not what I wanted to do. Synthesizing more explosive compound. Like, I'm here. Someone else is gonna have to go help with those. Almost dead. Me when doing this fight. I do really like how these slide boots look, I have to say. Also, Roxy is... I've never been more glad to have your help. Down we go. Roxy is absolutely getting the comp for this. They're doing a much better job as a healer than the Scholar is. But is it just... how far down? Is it just me, or does this seem different? What in the world? Dangerous, certainly. This is where we loaded in. And there are more. If you could clear the path. Probably easier for me to single target rather than AoE here. Just not bother with positionals. Get the nice, relaxing music version of the music. Every day I hit the wrong button. Every day I suffer through my inability to hit buttons properly. Every day I let my dragon sight fall off like an idiot. On Saturdays you can come watch me be just as bad in Nier as I am in this raid. It'd be really helpful if we had like any reses who aren't healers on the team, I'm realising. A has got a summoner and a red mage, and B has got a red mage, and we have got neither. Which is unfair. Thanks, Celine. Okay. Let's see if these guys are gonna pull before the cutscene. Given that half of our party is viewing cutscenes. Pretend like it wasn't me who failed to pass on those. Got everyone? We are missing 2 puggies, Champion of Hyrule and Minuet. Trying to find a specific emote. I guess I don't have it. pattern says. We are Scabber the Earth. Will not die repeatedly and be dead weight, but the scholar will. Don't do that. Burn. Absolutely 210% calming Roxy. The thing is, Solara, they weren't in... They didn't have like viewing cutscene before this fight, so either they skip all their cutscenes, or they've done the fight before. Maybe they're just not good at healing it, but they seem to be dying a lot as well, and I die a lot in this fight. I would hate to heal this raid. Doing this is just making me profoundly uncomfortable as it is, to be honest, so. I don't know, maybe it's not my place to speculate on buggies, but I will nonetheless. Music in this raid. Good shit right there. Do not resist. Break. Grind. Crush. Annihilate. There we go. Look it behind her. Positions not dead apparently. It's fine, everything's fine. One button here. Help. We will crush you again and again. sorry for that, Faerie, but it was a necessity. I hope you understand. We will grind you to dust. From one is born another. Was like right on the edge there. That was rude. That was very rude. Pardon me for the yawns, goodness. Roxy Andrews has the shirt that I want that's super expensive. I was gonna get this for my grinding. It's very in character for Charlotte to wear something like that. I was gonna get that for my grinding set, but the other one was cheaper. Pod, run, laser program. Transfer. Ah, buttons! Endless buttons! Rude. Transfer. Good song. Transfer. That'll explain it. Puggy says they haven't bothered to learn the mechanics. I mean, watching someone LB, which I wish I could do. There we go. Absolutely calming Roxy. Turning. Maybe able to get some of the loots this time around, the non-gear loots, you know? $54, could be worse. Having to pass on all this Dragoon stuff. Oh, we be suffering. We do be suffering though. Right. Come on, let me get something out of this. I will sit here waiting for people to roll. Come on. all the other things. A whole bunch of stuff, I guess they're just not great at this fight, you know? Hey, whatever. I'll stop bitching about puggies, huh? Astonishing. I won literally nothing. Anyway. Now I can go down. Get the rest of the things in here. Then we'll exit and hand this quest in. Like applying my Destiny looking for lore hat here, where it's like, where would I go if I was hiding lore in Destiny? This is where. I'm sure there's stuff I'm missing, but whatever. Enter the alien ship. Can just enjoy the spooky music. Apparently in this area there's some reference to like the aliens in India, but I haven't seen it. All the small stubbies. Your friends are mine. Rip. Rip small stubby. Forever in our hearts. Can't get any further, I guess. Cool, right, let's take a look at this then. So we've got Blade is in motion, once gleaming white, drenched red, a blow to halt the Twain Gear's life and death itself, its impetus long forgotten. Your units are produced in a variety of models. Each model is distinguished by the alphabetical abbreviation indicating its area of specialization, such as B for combat optimized battle models or S for the analytical standard models, operating as strategists. The bunker was designed as a base for exclusive use by Yoha forces. As such, it serves as the organization's maintenance facility, as well as a site for the research and development of anti-machine lifeform weapons. I encountered a strangely involved machine lifeform in expedition territory. Not only were its constituent parts markedly distinct, it overall bore greater resemblance to humanity than to its brethren. It is possible the machine lifeforms can evolve in response to their circumstances. If so, we must immediately revise our combat strategy to include the appropriate precautions when engaging. And we will need to probe deeper. There is still far too much about the machine lifeforms that we do not know. Those of us have learned to have fun and trying more and more things. Some are even learning to reconstruct their own bodies. Strange. Recently I've been enjoying fishing discarded data from computers. I found an interesting file when I was fishing data the other day. It described the reproductive act. Our bodies do not require these functions. What does humanity gain from them? Maybe the act of giving birth is in some way special. Maybe it is not the same as when we build more of ourselves. Do we have the capacity to give birth to anything? If we did, would it change something for us? Regarding the laundering of standard issue attire, all clothing issued by law must be turned in for washing on the appropriate days detailed below. Late laundry will not be accepted. Combat attire, upon return from deployment, accepted through the following morning. Civilian attire every Sunday. Leaving one's clothes on the floor results in a reprimand. Suffering is born of something. Sadness is born of something. Joy is born of something. Yet I who was born to give birth have never known suffering, nor sadness, nor joy. For what is a troll? For what is a soul? A true soul, not a synthetic one, really born. From what? Sorry, it's a true soul, not a synthetic one, really born. Missing the life on part 1, but I'll hunt these on Maven Nashar rather. Off camera. Stop annoying. It'd be really helpful if I'd actually unlocked Eden so I could queue for that now, but oh well, I'm here. So we'll go do these. Maybe while I'm queuing for Eden, we'll go do some other stuff for I can at least go hand in the cutscene, hand in the quest rather, for get me weapons. Because what I can then do is swap to Dancer and get experience while also doing the fates. I don't think you need to be on the class. No, in fact, I know you don't need to be on the class that you accepted the thingy on to drop. To think he was on our side after all. We hid him where TP wouldn't know to look. Follow me. He's been out of operation since we brought him here. Nurse. My duty is to annihilate the machine life forms. For that, I require the assistance of 9S. We must revive him. Fortunately, we have some experience with that sort of thing. What do you say, Anog? I'm certain everyone could use a rest before we proceed. A lot has happened and we should take time to think things through. Minus. I didn't think. Come to think of it, none of us ever did get the chance to enjoy the carnival. It's possible everyone is still carrying on with it. I've never known a few explosions to dampen their spirits before. Still, I might go and check on them. Coming, Anog? Fine. What's all that noise? I suppose there's only one way to find out. Please, we didn't mean for any of this to happen. Will you all shut up? Beg your pardon. Bit preoccupied with my duties at the moment. Completely forgot about this quest. Please, calm down. It's a complicated situation and even we are not fully... We ain't here for your excuses. Just admit it. This is all your fault. You did let those things in through the tunnel. They knew you, and look what they did to the place. We don't care about the whys and wherefores. We want to know how you plan to make amends. We'll do everything we can, I swear, but... I don't think this is going anywhere good. The village is still in danger. No one wants to hear it from me, though. Please, can you speak to Elder Glag and make him understand? Please. We never meant for any of this to happen. And who might you be? Haven't seen your face around it before. Or have I? I misplaced my spectacles some time ago. No matter, I'm here to investigate, not conversate. As the eldest elder, it falls upon me to determine the truth of the rumours surrounding this disaster. The problem being, of course, that everyone here is stubborn as a diamond ingot. If those insist they know it's true, they can be sure half of them are up to their eyeballs in ale at any given time. I need a second opinion. A sober opinion. Here, let me smell your breath. Ah, you'll do. Speak with the villagers and think well on who has the right of it. Then I'll hear what you have to say. This'll be Anog's fault, here. Girl never had an ounce of prudence. If only she were more like her brother. Connaught told her to be cautious, mark my words, and she ought to have heeded him. Can see from the look in your eye that you agree. Only hope Connaught doesn't end up answering for his sister's folly. I didn't do it. Oh, Anog and Connaught, you say? Yes, they did do it. It was them. And you. I know you heard you followed Connaught into the machine graveyard. Heard it with my own 2 ears. Everyone knows it too, so you better be ready to pay. Wanna know what I think? We're doomed. Anog could have saved us from those things, I just know it. There ain't no way a clever girl like you wouldn't have found a way to fight him. If only that brother of hers weren't always holding her back. You ain't from round here, but trust me, Connaught's been making his problems Anog's problems since they were little. It's a shame, too, because she's a real visionary. If she'd had her way, she would have found what was going on and how to put an end to it before those machines could make a beep. You're the collaborator. Well, don't think you can come crying to me now that it's all gone wrong. It's plain as day that Connaught's not one for straightforward solutions, and her sister ain't much better with her flights of fancy. Lalia knew we'd all end up here someday, ho. It's hard to know where to place the blame. I understand why you followed along with Connaught's plan, but if you'd been prepared to deal with the threat... So the fools still can't agree on which way is up. Wish I was surprised. Let's try putting the matter to a vote, eh? Maybe the ones pretending to know more about the man than they really do will think twice about making asses of themselves so publicly. If I've learned anything from recent history, it's no. They will make an ass of themselves absolutely publicly. They said speaking into their cup, like a person who knows how to use a mic. Can't none of you sit your beards for half a moment? I'm asking you to raise your hands in an orderly fashion. Like herding cats. Or herding dwarves. This is hopeless. We're not getting anything useful from them. I'm not ruling out that one of these idiots accidentally has the right of it, but in your sober judgment, who's to blame? If you still ain't sure, you can try talking to everyone again, though I can't say I recommend it. Just make sure you don't take any detours past the ale cask until this is settled. It's important to hear people out, don't get me wrong, but they do have a tendency to oversimplify and yell loudly. Were we that wrong? Didn't we try our hardest? It would be so reckless as to bring the village crashing down on our ears. Said anything we don't already. Don't even try and think of pinning this one on me. All done for. Dithering and dragging your feet gets you. Tell you, ain't no one to blame but Connaught for it. Don't know how to make it any plainer. Anog and Connaught are to blame here. Fools for both of them. Passively sober, I see. If you come to a conclusion, it's complicated. That's the conclusion I'm coming to. Interesting. I'll take that under advisement. I wonder what happens if you select one of the other options. Ashard would be most likely to select We're Doomed. He's not... If he can be slightly mean or slightly jokey, he will be. I stand before you to present my findings regarding culpability and the destruction that has befallen our village. Please, wait, it's... Gosh, step on me. As I've said, blaming yourselves is pointless. This is my doing. It's one of them. Run! Run for your lives! Are you defending us? There's no benefit to petty arguments. Wait. She says that, but I think it was kind of her to intervene. She's good people. Let's try speaking to the others. See if I can't get them to understand there's more going on here than appears. I'm sure she went to check on a friend. That other android, 9S. I'm going to go and talk to her. Interesting to do this again on Myron. It's pointless to fight on your own, once I finally finish Nier. I appreciate you stepping in, but I don't want everyone to see you as the enemy. If we go and talk to them now, we can explain. That's not necessary. I'm leaving anyway. This is not over. For us or the machines. Distracted by my neighbours, as always. Every bloody stream. What are you thinking, 2B? I'm worried for Anog as well. She hasn't been herself since, well, if she's not here, she's probably drowning herself in work. Come on, we should check on her. Anog is also good people, to be honest. Everyone here is good people who deserve better. Sorry, I'm just checking a thing. She's not here. What is she doing? This isn't the time to be outside alone. We need to find her. I'll look around the village, but can you search the outskirts? Oh, Anog. Okay, good. At least it's not bloody shuttering the way that it does in Destiny. Hello, Kitty. Still seems to be fairly okay. Like, it's beat up, but it's not terrible, you know? Could definitely be worse, you know? Valid to take screenshots. Perhaps she wanted further afield. Wow. I love a shot on the fat cat. He looks so grumpy. It's like, I cannot believe. Cannot bloody believe. See no sign of your despondent dwarven friend. It's, listen to the peacock, whose noise always makes me think of being back in South London. And no, I won't explain. It's a Kensington reference for people who spent time in Kensington. Not to be found. Perhaps Conrad has some additional ideas. Just enjoying the night theme. You know, enjoying the music. Anog isn't with you? What do I do? This is all because of us, and I don't know how to find her. Same. Hashtag big mind. I'm not used to being alone. Oof. Oof. And that's it. There are no more quests. I wonder if we'll get one in 5.4. I have a feeling like we did last time to bridge the gap between Thingy and Bunker, so maybe we'll get one this time round. You never know. Well, sit here and enjoy the night theme. Go do some eating stuff. Eating stuff. Then I may actually finish stream early and save all of Bosha to next week. I'm not sure yet. Poor Gaia. The fairy lives inside her. Why would I let her suffer like this? I wish there was something we could do to help. Oh, just get it over with, would you? Pray be on thy guard, my friend. Gaia may yet relinquish control to the voice within. Well, this downpour is precisely the result we were hoping for. Novelty of standing outside in the rain does wear off rather quickly. Not to mention, Guy's looking a bit under the weather. Let's continue this conversation in Eden's Core. Absolutely. Words are so difficult. What does it want? Why won't it tell me? I'm not sure what's going on with Gaia, but it's certainly a cause for concern. Perhaps this is the fairy making itself known. Now that I think about it, I don't really know much about Eden. Since we need to find out how it's connected to Gaia, I should try and understand at a deeper level. To be honest, there isn't much else I can do. I hope we step forth to restore the element device. I will discuss the manner in which the summoning shall be undertaken. Just tell me one thing. Is this going to bring the empty back to the way it was before the flood? Well, none can say for certain. The change we have observed at points of ethereal intersection doth give us cause for optimism. It may be reasonably assumed that the empty shall continue to transform and, in the decades to come, regain a semblance of its former state. Decades? I don't think you quite grasp the sheer scale of the damage left will make of the flood. It would have swallowed the entire world if Minfilia hadn't stopped it. Even if Faerie has inherited her blessing, wounds like that don't heal overnight. After all, the empty has been utterly devoid of life for 100 years. And it might take even longer than that to bring life back. I don't expect immediate results, but I do know that it will stay like this forever unless we do something about it. My sentiments precisely. Only once the final element is restored shall we have a glimpse of the future that awaited those of generations yet to come. You don't do all this for a world you may not live long enough to see? Well, here I am, so absorbed in my own problems that I barely spare a thought for anyone besides myself. For so long I've listened to that voice, telling me what to do, who to be. I was so scared of what might happen if I disobeyed, but I don't want to live like that anymore. I want to be me. Who am I? Or what am I? Perhaps it's better if I never find out. If Faerie's the Oracle of Light, here to mend this broken world, what does that make me? Gaia, the Oracle of Darkness, bringer of misery and death. A monster. It's no wonder they left me. Mother, father, and next it'll be all of you. Then I'll be back to where I started, where I've always been, alone. Gaia's honestly, the reason I love her is because she's such a big mood. Gaia, is it the fairy? What's wrong? Afraid I might lose control and ruin all your carefully laid plans? No, it's you I'm worried about. Reen, I'm going outside to clear my head. You just do what you need to do, alright? Something's wrong. I know it. She's just a teenager. She is a teenager, I should say. No just about it. That much is clear. If we have repeat of our first visit to Eden, we may even be joined by those Void Temp friends of hers. If you go and see what Gaia's doing, Yorianche and I will stay with Reen. Sorry, I was booping Discord. My name's Gaia. That's what you said, isn't it? Eden, the flood? What does it all mean? No, it can't be. Is this what's been waiting for me all this time? Finally, you remember. Ah! What is this? The darkness that dwells within you, Gaia. The accursed spawn of light are drawn to it, like moths to a flame, pathetic and mindless and easily bent to my will. Sin Eaters? Now, the time of awakening has come. Pardon me. Ashard, Breen senses Sin Eaters. What's happened? Don't try to fight them. Just bring Gaia back inside. Quickly, now. Just waiting for a befriend to log on while we unlock 7. What entity is this that should hold a horde of Sin Eaters in its thrall? And to what end? She's in a bad way, but at least she doesn't seem to have lost control. She is unconscious. What happened to her? That's a concern for later. First, we must deal with those Sin Eaters. Ashard, if thou wouldst care to repel our assailants without, I would task Thancred with standing guard within. I shall tend to Gaia meanwhile. Right. Just waiting for an Oster friend to log in. Get the right tab open. I'll try and set any cities that slip inside, whereas before it was Guy who sought to destroy Eden. On this occasion she has become the target. Not sure if there's much Eden can do to help, but I'll try to keep it steady. Waiting for your friend and mine, Olivian, to log on. There we go. I should really repair my gear. That's what I should do. Let's While we wait for Oster to join chat, I will run out and repair. Osterby will be tanking. I'm not going to be in voice. I'm a bit worried about how my computer will handle it. So Oster will hopefully help pop some of the queues. And ideally we won't have the like 90-minute queues like I had last time. In the meantime, no repair. Fine. Back up to Mordsuk we go. Oh, I'm sorry. I once again hit the wrong bloody button. Every time. And then OBS is like, you wanted me to pick up Discord, right? That's what you wanted. I'm like, no, actually. It wasn't. Right, if I was a mender, I would be right here. Well, halfway there. Dog elected man, etc. Just get that icon off the list. I'm also going to chatbox settings. Notification sounds. I do want party. Oops. Don't want SC noises. There we go. Sorry for the fucking about with noises there, but it was required. Pretty certain, hang on. Please ignore how messy my Chocobo saddlebag is. I have not been... Normally I would put all of this stuff onto my retainers, but my retainers are currently holding all of my gear for my alternate classes. So instead, all of this, I'm actually going to sell some of these though. Hopefully I can sell directly from, I can't, right. Oops. Just remove some of these from, I don't even care about putting it on the market board, I just want to get it out of my inventory, you know? Properly, we've been told, no music. What am I doing? I'm going up here. Get myself some even stuff. Once again, accidentally hit the wrong button. Okay. DRW1, that's what I want. So, this is already 480. God bless your friend of mine, Osterby, who made me a bunch of stuff. So I want a in-core ring of slaying. Oops, watch as I hit the wrong bloody button. No. In-core ring of slaying. There we go. Sorry, it's, party chat is badooping because of reason I'm wiggling around is because my back hurts. Badooping because I've been working on our shards room in the FC house. Awkward silence of the load screen as we load back into the tell you what. Stable my bow. We'll get Puppers eventually. I think when I was doing Eden 5, I had like a 20-minute queue, so... Your private chambers. The name for which is do not enter emoji. Olivia in the bath. Please appreciate how there's a dragon on... please appreciate how this does not actually help in providing any privacy whatsoever. Also, in order to get in, you do have to jump the wall, but... I wonder if I could, like, put a door into the thingy here so that you enter it that way. But it's like hidden by that wall. This is a shards room in progress, with a bunch of empty frames which need to be filled. Here's the shrine, actually. Do I have a... I was hoping I would have a divider and I could try and, like... What I want to do is I want to put this stained glass window there so that and then have the halberd like float on front of it so it seems like it's been mounted onto the window. And I don't know if that's possible, but I'd like to do it. Oh god, I died at Oblivion, as it should be. I have playdead on this guy, do I? Nah, alas, I do not have playdead on this character. He does sleep on the world's most uncomfortable bed. Incredibly shallow mattress it looks like, which also the wall is definitely coming through the side of it, which is a problem with like this housing option, but the only way to fix it really is to like pull the bed forwards and out, which I don't really want to do because then it doesn't align with the walls and it looks weird. Anyway, this is Ashard's room. With the disco lights. Like that because I have Oster selected. When I'm like this, you just see this like red haze over there. This would have been way easier if I'd done this when Eden was relevant content, but instead I didn't, and now I have hiccups. Ah, speak of the devil. Notification. Not anything interesting. Here we go. Time to die because A, I haven't done this raid in ages, and B, I don't think I've ever done it on melee. Antithesis conscient, the idol of darkness.
So many of them, but nothing we can't handle.
I'm glad you think so. Oh. Kiwi Wee Wee is like incredibly cute, but also fake Perky Peister. Remembering how to do this fight. There we go, didn't get hit. Are these void gates? Killing them one by one's not going to work. You'll have to attract that concentration of darkness. Is that what's controlling them? Are those void gates? Be careful. Keep forgetting to read out the fight dialogue. Now, unfortunately, I do have to pay attention. Right. I want to be blue. I think. Then here. There we go. It's all coming back to me. As it's hitting the wrong button. I feel like I'm give really bad commentary when I'm doing these fights because I'm genuinely just spending the whole time trying to remember how to do the fight, but also how to do my rotation. Whoops. What? Rip. Oh well. It was indeed just how it be. I don't like the look of this. Ether is becoming unstable. What do I have? Light. Okay. I want to be here. Now I want to be here still. Ah, piss. My greed, my desire for uptime. Please help me out. Can't DPS if I'm on the floor, meow. Ah. Rip Angus and Philia. Sorry, distracted. I'm just sitting here enjoying these guys doing the fightings. You know? Something's coming. Watch out! I'm good here, I think. Yes. Did miss some uptime, but that's okay. We all have to miss uptime sometimes. Oh no. Oster and I. Sorry, Puggy said I know what I'm supposed to do, but I just can't seem to use my brain for some reason, and Oster and I both just go mood. Ah, watch as I fuck up my rotation once more. This is going much smoother than my previous runs that have gone TBH, to be honest, so. You know what? Fuck it, I'm just following the puggies. They know what they're doing. Mostly. Who died there? It cuts to me using Dragon Sight and forgetting to pair with someone. Whoops. I should set up a Dragon Sight macro. LB3 is 0.1%. Nice. Gonna come and get some failure. Nice. 2 more bangles, neither of which I need. I use this to get level 80 gear for other classes. Sunit is drawn to the Oracle of Darkness, just as she herself was drawn to Eden, first and foremost among their kind. Interior secure. With the Eaters gone, I thought the Gaia might show some sign of improvement, but she hasn't so much as stirred. She won't wake up. What do we do? Yell. That's what we do. What is this place? Where is everyone? So, I am all alone. Even the Faerie is gone. Endless silence, endless darkness. Is this what death feels like? There's no use. No one can hear me. How ironic. All those times I wanted peace and quiet, and now that I finally have it, I wish I had someone to talk to. I thought I couldn't stand to be around them, all the interfering and fussing, and yet I was never lonely. But it's no use. Even after everything we went through, my memories still won't come back. There is no future awaiting me, only emptiness. Those memories, they can stay lost forever, if only this pain will leave me. Now I close my eyes and sink into darkness. And then I'll suffer no more. Evanescence start playing in the background. I say as a big fan of Evanescence. Gaia! Mother, Father, wake up! I understand now. Why wait for tomorrow to claim us? Gaia, can you hear me? This perfect moment never has to end. I'm not giving up on you, Gaia. Say something. What do you want? Please, I'm begging you. Remember all the things we said we'd do? Like going to the second serving for coffee biscuits. I never... Gaia? I never agreed to anything of the sort. Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried about you. Do you have to be so loud? You're my queen. Faerie fell silent, only to be replaced by Green's voice ringing through my head. And a giant lizard being like, hey, get up. I never thought I would be so glad to hear it. They are friends, and in the 5.4 artwork they're holding hands, and it is extremely good content. It's good stuff right there. Though Gaia hath fully regained consciousness, I surmise it should be some time before she's fully recovered. Whatever that thing was, it was able to control a vast swarm of Sin Eaters, much like Faerie. Then again, it's clearly nothing like a Light Warden. In any case, it's gone now. Just hope it stays gone. We still don't know exactly what happened, but at least the danger's passed for now. You've all gone through a lot of trouble on my part. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Anyway, I've delayed you for long enough. Please, carry on with what you came to do. Requirement to talk to everyone before we start a quest. I'm glad you're back to your usual self, but how are you feeling? Much better now, but something's still bothering me. The fairy spoke to me in a dream, and a stream of memories rushed through my mind. I don't recall anything like this happening before, and I'm not sure what it all means. What sort of memories? I'm just glad, because they are friends. They will hug. Can't make any sense of them. They were only brief flashes, seen through someone else's eyes. At least that's what it feels like. Minfilia, that is, the first oracle of light, once served Heidelin as the word of the mother. If the oracle of darkness is his counterpart under Zodiac, then we best prepare ourselves for the worst. Rude. Aye, the night's return did tip the ethereal balance towards activity, which may have served to awaken the fragment of his power on the first. Having thus roused, he did fix his gaze upon she who had been marked by darkness, Gaia. Marked or no, Gaia's still her own person. The quest for personhood. Everything alright? Tsundere Gaia. It's nothing. Anyway, let's forget about all that for now. There'll be plenty of time to think it through once the last element's restored. Time for one of my favourite fights in this expansion. Thou believe thou well enough, thou see no reason for the delay. Let us forthwith attend to the revitalisation of ice. Shiva then. Ashard, is the only one here to have actually seen the primal. Perhaps you could describe her for us? She and the Great One, her Thracevalga, shared an undying bond. To find such a kindred spirit in such an ancient and fearsome creature, I can hardly imagine what sort of person she must have been. The long since departed Shiva was a source of great inspiration to Isael, whose methods of summoning differed greatly from any we had previously encountered. By the echo did she bear witness to the deeds of the noble Shiva, and thus was she moved to dedicate her being to the self-same cause. 'Twas this devotion that granted her the power of a primal. So she was able to control it herself? Fucking good song it is. Not getting any funny ideas, are you? Just thinking aloud, that's all. Anyway, we better get going. Our journey leadeth to a great glacier situated in the northernmost region of the Empty. I'll get us there as quickly as I can. I actually saw a thingy on the forums talking about how Shiva uses a lot of the iconography traditionally ascribed to Helene, which is just pretty neat. Basically the idea that it's time to draw out the ether. It seems like Shiva would have, the concept of the divine she would have had would have been of Helene, and so when she was summoning Shiva, she was summoning it with her concept of the divine, which, you know, would have been, had a lot of Helene's iconography. As you can tell, I was thinking about this a lot when I was making my rune. I was thinking that I should go with you this time. I want to be the vessel for Shiva. Still, stupid idea. Being still and passive by nature, ice is the element that is most strongly aligned to light. I'll need to get close and use my own abilities as well as Eden's to draw it out. So the Oracle of Light becometh the Oracle of Ice. I cannot claim to be in favour of the stratagem, and yet, the primal we encountered in the source was summoned in much the same manner. The inherited advantages are undeniable. Absolutely, out of the question. Have you forgotten what Ashard does to the primals we summon? I'm not going to stand by and watch as he and Reen beat the shit out of each other. In any case, ether only returns to the empty once a creature's been slain, although it seems you haven't taken that into consideration yet. Presumably there's a safe way to disperse it, but it's still far too risky. Thought you had more sense, Reen. But it's not as bad as it sounds. With a deiform entity as volatile as the primals we previously summoned, it would be logical to assume that, in her role as conduit, Reen would be hard-pressed to retain Hiccup control. Ashard would have no recourse but to defend himself by any means necessary, else his life be forfeit. Know this for a fact, I've died to this fight loads of times. I know it's dangerous, but I can't let that hold me back. Please, I've got to try. But I don't see why this is even necessary in the first place. You never had to take risks like this with the other elements. Eden possesses almost infinite power. What would happen if it began acting without my intervention? If it started to feed on the ether, just like the other Sin Eaters, it would undo all of our hard work. It is a disconcerting eventuality, and one which cannot be dismissed. I'm worried that even if we realign the elements, things will eventually return to how they were following the flood. But if I train Eden how to nurture the environment rather than drain the life from it, we can leave it to take care of the empty in our place. I'll channel the ether through myself and show Eden how it's done. This isn't some house pet we're dealing with. If it all goes wrong, then what? I know this sounds like I'm taking a leap of faith, but it's been a gamble every step of the way. Incredibly stupid idea does justify some great fight mechanics. We've managed to come this far because of faith, in ourselves and in each other. Made my feelings on the matter perfectly clear, but what say you, Ashard? Hold back as much as possible. To be honest, he's more likely to have chosen than nothing. What could possibly go wrong? I should have selected that instead. Green, I suppose you've got your heart set on this. There's no point trying to dissuade you. Just don't do anything reckless. Is that clear? As Crystal. Wink. This is gonna work. I promise. I'll make sure of it. Well, for all our sakes, I certainly hope so. Hopefully cert so. Because if the primal takes over, it'll be fine. With all of you by my side, I know that whatever happens, it'll work out in the end. All of us? I hope you're not including me. I can't even deal with my own problems, never mind yours. Guy is such a mood. It's just enough knowing you're here. Anyway, I've decided to take a leaf out of your book. I do what I want when I want. I've made my decision, so now I have to see it through. Yes, but this is a different kettle of fish altogether. Well, the point is that this is what I want, and I'll do whatever it takes to make it work. So this is how much it means to you. I keep accidentally giving Gaia a deeper voice than I intend to. Okay, this time for real, let's summon Shiva. Memories of Shiva envelop your mind. Completely forgot. I don't know how, but I can see her too. This might actually work. Let's do it. Pray for Puggies. So she's not just waiting for the future to arrive, but actually trying to change it? Both Ysel and Archbishop Thornton offered their corporeal forms as vessels, unto which the likenesses of preeminent figures from Ishgardian history were projected. However, the nature in which each met their demise is perhaps best not dwelt upon. With so many things left to chance, all I can do is wait and pray. Do you think the 12 can hear me here on the first? Bloody hope so. Think Eden, sending your thoughts to me. I see Ysel and Shiva. They only wanted peace, a land where dragon and mankind could live side by side. So yeah, the post that I was reading about was talking about how they'd initially expected the final they'd expected Thornton to be actually Helene themed because it would make sense for a thing about Ishgard, but actually looking at the iconography of Saint Shiva, very little of it, like she's entirely peaceful, she doesn't fight, she's not really even that much linked with ice at all, whereas Helene very much is, you know, she's the goddess of war and destruction. You know, she's the Fury, but she's also very much linked with ice, which is why I've got like Shiva themed stuff in my room, because it's I'm justifying it to myself with that. I really want a Shiva miniature. I think that'd be really cool to have that, and then the box of like fighting stuff, and those are like the icons. The article was basically talking about how, keep saying article, I mean forum post, sort of application of iconography, and that's exactly what I've been thinking about recently. All evening, that's what I've been reading about, religious iconography. So that's what I'm going to do when I finish the stream. Go try and got a couple more articles that I want to finish reading. So as you can tell, it's on the brain. It's actually one of the things that I was thinking that I want to talk about is the treatment of certain religions in video games. Personally, I think a lot about I'm just going to fuck about with my HUD layout a little bit. A lot about Bayonetta, but there are other games. It's like The Binding of Isaac. It's very Christianity inspired. Obviously you've got games like Alchemy with Shintoism. It's just a thing that I think about sometimes. Come on, Pogsworth. Let's do my this is still probably my favourite fight of the expansion. I really like Sussex. Yeah, I haven't... I'm like making a list of things that I want to potentially think about.
Upon the power of Shiva.
Really, what I want to do is just be able to write about A Tale of Tales and the game that they're working on, which is still not yet out, but I just want to write about that. I, of course, at the moment, cannot for the life of me remember the name, but... I'd be really excited to play it when it does come out. Such a good fight. Yes, my colours for parties look all weird. Don't worry about it. I mean, fair and valid, you know? Haven't we all, as a teenager, made catastrophic mistakes? But only some of us get possessed by, I feel like we had half of these puggies before. Fuck, forgot to look away. Absolutely forgot to look away there. Pretend like it didn't happen. No! There's a way to remember whether it's going to be forward or back, but can I remember it? Can I? Fuck. I'm just focusing on my rotation.
Shall freeze.
Just sitting here, getting hit, all for the sake of me uptime. Positionals. Every time. I'm so bad at melee. Okay, remember to look away this time. What? I was not... I looked away. What the hell? Oh, and I dropped my bloody blood of the dragon. I keep dropping blood of the dragon like an idiot. I'm not good at this. Shiva says, "By my hand this world shall be purified. The darkness in your heart shall be your undoing. May they all be enveloped in peace. Age of peace and tranquility has come. Darkness shall never prevail." I love this fight so much. Music, the emotion, all of it. I need to slot some spell speed, or skill speed rather. That's what I need to do. Rude. Rude. I also have literally no mitigation. Estrogen. I'm gonna drop my blood of the dragon again. It's so cool. I want a big hammer like this. I still get chills, haha lol, doing this fight. The number of times I ground this for the sword has not made me enjoy it any less. Droiden. Man, God, it's such a good fight. It's just so... I just enjoy this fight so much. Slash hug the rain. Ian's verse complete. And in like a handful of weeks, 2 weeks or so, you know what we get? Eden's Thrust. Right, let's calm Angus Monfilia again. I want neither of things, but that's okay. Got a bunch of other stuff instead. And I got a single calm. How sweet. Is DPS nigh impossible too? Reen. You were there. I heard you. What happened to Shiva? Is she still in control? No, she's gone. But Gaia... What? The hammer. It matches your dress. I see you're back to your normal idiotic self. They are friends. Look, isn't it pretty? Maybe we could take it with us. Ice tends to melt, you know. Not this sort. Well, if you say so. Anyway, might even make an ice necklace. That's a brilliant idea. They are friends. Not that I'm not rushed to her aid. Perhaps I'm getting slow in my age, because it would seem Gaia's beaten me to it. To think that she would be the one to break the ice. They may have gotten off to a rocky start, but I think they'll make quite the pair. Is that a hint of melancholy I detect in my voice? Something akin to a pining mother bird whose chicks have flown the nest. It continues to be bully thankful hours. This whole raid is a gay-ass moment to walk in on. Father bird, if you don't mind. But hey, you're not entirely wrong. Still, when the day finally comes to say goodbye, it heartens me to know she won't be alone. So pretend like I haven't already done the story and we've already said goodbye. After that, we can go to the second serving for coffee biscuits. Fine, you win. And if they're anything less than perfection itself, I'll never let you live it down. If they're not to your liking, there are plenty of other things to try. I suppose we both deserve a little treat after all that hard work. Hello, Nico. How are you? I hope you are doing well. We certainly do. There we were, laughing as if we hadn't a care in the world. Fleeting though it was, in that moment, I was content. But my life was never meant to be so simple. To be honest, just watching this has made me really excited for the next portion of the Eden raids, you know? Let myself get a little carried away there, but I was definitely the one controlling my powers, not the other way around. Even so, I hope I never have to use them again. I've had my share of close shaves, but that was terrifying, to put it mildly. I can only hope the end justifies the means. Ice, being most naturally aligned to light amongst the other elements, did interact with Rain's innate gifts in ways unforeseen. Were we not graced with the timely appearance of the Oracle of Darkness, I fear this tale would have ended somewhat prematurely. I'm so sorry, everyone. I clearly have a long way to go before I can handle that kind of power. But we achieved what we set out to do, as I had faith we would. So without further ado, let's return to camp and admire our work. Let's forget how to speak, and how to make words. It's life. It is very pretty. Like, still snowy. Bit more in the sense of, like, the Alps. Alps is just a fun Tom Scott reference, than the, like, Himalayas, if you know what I mean. It was in that moment that I realised almost every joke that I have is a Tom Scott Station Needed reference. Whoops. Feels like I'm witnessing the miracle performed by Minfilia 100 years ago all over again. Rapid propagation of flora appears to be limited to the intersections of ethereal channels as per our earlier findings. Nonetheless, 'tis cause to rejoice that the seeds of ether quickened in the barren garden that is the empty. All this greenery, it's far more than I dared to hope. I can't help but worry it's too good to be true. Life finds a way. Exactly, right? I can feel all of the revitalised elements working in harmony. I've always believed Eden had the power to restore the empty, but I never expected it to happen so quickly. I never did get the hang of summoning primals correctly. Judging by Thancred and Yoriange's reactions, seems most of them were barely recognisable. Far be it from me to worry, but are you sure your memories are right? Though thou hast grasped the basic principles of summoning, it beareth repeating that such deiform entities are not the product of memory alone. Nay, myriad other factors contribute to their corporeal manifestation, in a process not unlike the techniques employed in creation magic. Me too, Gaia. I wonder if the effect from the imbalanced ether will spread out to the rest of the empty. Perhaps we'll just have to wait and see. Besides, I'm sure we could all do with the rest. I must say, Irene, it's refreshing to see you take a more measured approach for a change. But if my experience here has taught me anything, it's that I shouldn't rush into things unprepared. And I've also learned there are some problems that can't be solved alone. Is that so? Since you freed me from Yumor, I've met all sorts of kind people who've gone out their way to help me. Thought I should do everything in my power to repay their kindness to make the world a better place. But now more than ever, I realise there's a limit to what I can achieve by myself. Even though I was able to summon Shiva, I couldn't control such vast amounts of ether. If Gaia hadn't been there for me, I might never have returned to normal. Could see the same about you. I was trapped in a nightmare, but you freed me. Seems we're more alike than I thought. We might not be able to do everything by ourselves, but if we look out for each other, we can face our problems together. That's if you don't mind. No, it's fine, really. If things don't work out, we can always go our separate ways. But on the other hand, if I can resist the urge to punch you whenever you annoy me, which I must say is quite often, I have no objections to staying around. You mean it? Oh, thank you, Gaia. So cute. Poor Thancred. Poor Dadcred. It's like, oh, my children. They're flying the coop, flying the nest. My suggest we can continue this conversation on rank, that the empty may now support foliage, the land's normalisation hath but begun, and to linger over long still entaileth risks. Is aught the matter, Thancred? Nothing you need worry about. Let's go. Dadcred and Yorianstad. There's a fic series on AO3 that's just how about them how about them gay dads, which I love. Think that Reena's the same girl I rescued from Newell. Compared to the way she was back then, the difference is like night and day. Our encampment remains in its present state for our anticipated return. I cannot help but wonder how the land may change in our absence. Off to Mordzu, are we? Can't say I care for the place. Marketplace reminds me of Yumel, but instead of fine delicacies, they peddle... Oh, well, I don't know what they are exactly. What I do know is they're far too wriggly for my liking. Before we do anything else, we should talk to Yalfor. He'll want to know how I'll be getting on in the empty. Speaking of Mordzu, there was a snack of some sort that caught my eye last time. Can't quite describe it, but it looked squidgy. Despite a strong suspicion that I may live to regret it, I'd like to try one. Oh, I think I know the one you mean. They might not be much to look at, but I bet they taste amazing. Perhaps you could also try one of those jellied wrigglers or whatever they're called. I'll even let you take the first bite. No thank you. First coffee biscuits, now worms and jelly. Heavens forbid the two of you might eat some proper food. Ashard, may I ask a favour of thee? Whilst Thancred and I return to the Crystarium to inform our comrades of our recent exploits, I would have thee accompany Reen and Gaia to Mordzu. You got it. And there I will try my hardest not to have the honey nut filios. Genuinely, I'm just really... This just makes me excited to do the next section of the raid. I want to see how it goes. Oh, apologies if I'm dropping frames. The theme here is so nice. So, being here is like, oh, flashback season. I'm prepared to give this moment fair a try, though I should probably shut my eyes when I do so, and my nose, come to think of it. I'm looking forward to showing Gaia around the Crystarium, but we'd better finish our work here first. I trust all is well, Miss Gaia? It will be once we get out of this desert town. If I have to spend another night in that dingy little room, I shall scream. I'm terribly sorry to hear that the accommodation was less than satisfactory. I'll investigate the availability of more comfortable lodgings post-haste. I think we'll be staying in Mordzu, at least for the time being. It might take me a while to write the report, as our expedition was rather eventful. Ashard, I really appreciate everything you've done, and I'm sorry for all the trouble I put you through. Still fretting about that, are you? What's done is done. Besides, it all worked out in the end. You're right. Now about that treat we promised ourselves? Might not have coffee biscuits here, but I've heard that regular cakes are to die for. Or is that you'll die from eating them? Only one way to find out, I guess. I'm sure the local delicacies will keep us occupied between writing reports and thinking about the next plan of action. Hopefully we'll have another chance to visit the empty to see how things are coming along. And don't even think about leaving me behind. Nice. Good news, or at least it has the potential to be good news. Received word from Master Yonyanger. Fortunately, the message was rather thin on details. Only requested you return to the Crystarium and meet him at the Wandering Stairs. Not the most likely of places for an important meeting, but I suppose you might be able to squeeze in a pint or two while you're there. Finally, I can slash return. I don't have to spend money on teleporting. At long last. Yeah, my plan is, given that it's like nearly 11:15, I'm just going to finish this chunk of story off, and then we will do Bosha next week. I'll have like a Bosha special where that's all that I do. Please don't look at all of the many, many side quests I've got to do here. It's stressing me out too, but I'm saving them for one of my DPS classes. So I need to unlock Pixie Quest at some point. Don't know when that'll be. At some point, no doubt. Pray accept mine apologies for calling thee hither at such short notice. Matter I wish to discuss is of considerable import. If it's that urgent, wouldn't it be quicker to use those link pearl things Reen's been telling me about? These are words best delivered in person. I think it was like, I'm so tired. Did something happen to the empty? Naught that doth warrant our immediate attention. The elements are in a state of equilibrium, and the propagation of flora continueth apace. So what's this about then? As thou art aware, we are not of this world, hailing from what is referred to as the source. However, unlike Ashard, Thancred and I exist only as ether given corporeal form. Our bodies remaineth on the source, though the thread that binds us to them goes weaker with the passage of time. Speaking is so difficult. And if you stay here too long, you might never be able to return. Precisely. Now with the wheels have changed and the empty set in motion, we believe this a fitting juncture to take our leave. We shall but regret not being present to see the transformation reach its completion. That hardly seems worth losing your bodies over there. If you have to go back to your own world, who are we to stop you? I always knew this day would come. You'll still have Gaia and Ashard. I know that you'll see this through to the end, together. We will. I may not be half the women Minfilia was, but I have friends I can turn to. They might be brutally honest in their opinion at times. All prefer to save their words and let their actions do the talking, but I wouldn't have any other way. Just promise you won't transform into a crazy ice lady and try and kill me. Again. Though I can't say what the future might bring, no doubt Reen and Gaia will need your support in the days to come. Alas, the mysteries surrounding the Faerie are yet to be resolved. Whether thou shouldst find the answers that thou seekest or nay, lend not thine ears to its honeyed words, for thy will is thine own. Never forget this. I won't. The time of our departure is at hand, yet know that no matter where we may be, ever shall we pray for your success. Crisis singles here. Man, I need to, seems wise to share this development with Yarthorpe, who will continue to oversee expeditions empty the empty. Need to update some of these commands, eh? There's a new re over there. I think it's just back sooner than expected. Is everything alright? Dear, that's rather unfortunate. I dare say it's something jolly important for them to leave in such a hurry. In any case, I wish them the best of luck wherever their work may take them. I shall remain here and hold the fort, as it were, and make the necessary provisions should any further frays into the empty be required. Safe travels, Master Ashard. Second report. I think we read most of this, so... Balance has now been restored to all 6 elements in the empty. As such, representatives from the Crystalline will be making regular visits to the camp to observe any changes that occur. I shall oversee delivery of whatever supplies they may require. Once again, Reen has kindly agreed to provide a report of your travails in the empty, up to and including the encounter with a being known as Shiva. Preliminary verbal account left me gobsmacked, to say the least. Luri, I finally finished. Ashard, how goes it? Actually, there was something I want to ask you. Don't worry, it's nothing dangerous. I was wondering if you'd like to join Gaia and I for some traditional Mordsuk tea. Gaia's like... I do love Gaia. Emo shitbag, but she's me. And in the meantime, I can read through your report. Like, she's such a mood there. Now that that's taken care of, let's head over to the tea stall. Before that, there's one more thing. This concerns you, Ashard. I found this in Eden's core and it seemed like it could be important. For all I know, it might even help me get my memories back. But when I look at it more closely, I see images of you swirling around inside it. Whatever this is, it probably means a lot more to you than it does to me. This crystal contains Eden's memories. We've seen one of these before, haven't we? I have not cleared any of the savages, I don't think. No, in fact, I know I haven't. Do them some other time. Overwhelmed with visions of struggles past, twisted and disoriented. Whatever is the matter? It's the same as last time. The only explanation I can think of is that Eden's own power altered its memory somehow. But was that before or after they were crystallized? What difference does it make? Regardless of how it was made and where it came from, I can't think of any possible use for the thing. If you want it, Ashard, it's yours. Looks like I was the one wasting my time on this occasion. Let's go and try this tea I've heard so much about. Kyle, wait a moment. Ashard, you're still looking a bit green around the gills, so perhaps you can join us next time. Anyway, I'd best catch up with Gaia. While this crystal may not serve as an accurate report of your battles, it provides a glimpse of what you might have been. Could even help in mentally preparing yourself for foes you have yet to face. Since it contains images of you and your exploits, it seems only right that you should be the one to safeguard it. Poke. Pokes the savage. Well, there we go, folks. I am going to end things off here with nothing bloody working. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. It is very much appreciated, and I do hope that you enjoyed. I will be streaming Higurashi When They Cry, Minagoroshi, on Thursday for Indie Thursday, where we will be trying to convince the village to help us save Satoko. Then on Saturday it'll be Nier Automata, where we're going to be continuing with the storyline this time around and going off to investigate your friend and mine, Pascal. Then on my brain is so bloody fried at the moment. On Sunday we'll be streaming Destiny 2, where we shall be continuing the post Beyond Light content and helping to continue to liberate brain shorting out, no words, liberate Europa. And then next Tuesday will be more Final Fantasy XIV, where we shall be starting Bosha. I haven't decided exactly how much I'm going to do yet, because I'm going to be swapping back to Maeve to do the story and everything for 5.4 as soon as it comes out. So we'll see how it goes with doing Bosha on this guy, but we should hopefully find out on Friday what the release date is for 5.4, so I'll be able to decide then. But either way, take care everybody, have a wonderful evening, do look after yourselves and be excellent to each other, and I shall see you guys on Thursday.